Hey everyone. For today's video, I wanted to do this little story time because I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if I'm in the wrong, if anybody else would feel this way, but I went on a date a few days ago and okay, I met him on, well, I'm not going to say where, but okay, so we met for coffee. And when we first met, we were smiling and everything. Like we both, thought we each other were attractive. So whatever. But we were talking and we were walking to get coffee and everything. Everything was great. And, we were just talking about whatever. We both have a love for tattoos, so we were talking about tattoos and stuff like that. And so something about me, what I have on my social media accounts, what my name is, it's not my name. And I kind of do it as a security thing. People who know me in real life or who are my friends on social media, they know my real name, of course, But, I don't think that's a bad thing to want to be safe, especially in today's world. You just never know. So I wanted to tell him my real name because I thought we were having a really good time. So I decided to tell him what my real name was. And he kind of looked at me and he was like, "So what else are you hiding?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Everything else about me was real. I don't have my name as my real one on social media because, I don't want people to be able to find me, not even just for YouTube or anything, but, Facebook. People don't need to find me that I don't know, or just random people that try to talk to me, and they don't need to know who I really am, especially if I'm gonna, you know, on these apps or dating whatevers, I'm not going to put my real name out there unless I meet you and we have a really good time. Then I'll let you know what my real name is. Otherwise, if the date goes really bad, you just never know. So they don't need to know my name. That's all. Like everything else about me on those platforms and stuff, it's all true. I'm not hiding anything besides my name. So I told him that, and he kind of looked at me and he was like, "Okay, that's kind of a catfish in a way." And I was like, "How is that a catfish? Everything else about me is real besides that." And he got like really weird about it. So he's like, "Well, I have something to confess to." And I was like, "Oh boy, what?" And he's like, "I'm a sex addict." And I was like, thinking like, are you just telling me that to try to push me away because now you feel weird? So I was like, "Okay, great." And he's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm not asking for it." And I'm like, "Well, I wasn't, sorry, I'm cooking, that was my timer." And so yeah, he was like, "I'm not asking for it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not offering." And he's like, "Well, I'm not begging." And then I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then, so after I tell him my name and he says all that and stuff, he starts going on his phone, which to me, that is so rude. If you're on a date, even if you're not having a good time, like, just try to cut it short or bear through it or just whatever. But I just think that is one of the rudest things you can do. Even if you're in a relationship and you go out to dinner, I hate that. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate that. And we originally were gonna meet for 2 hours and it only ended up being 1 hour, and I think it was because, whatever. But yeah, he ends up going on his phone and he's like, "Oh, my friends, blah, blah, blah," because he doesn't live around here. It's like an hour away. So he was coming down for an event and to meet some friends and stuff. So he's like, "Well, before this event, my friends said I can come over and, have some drinks and stuff. So I think I'm gonna call it a day." And I'm just like, okay, whatever, I don't know. And then we went back to our vehicles. They were parked kind of a little ways away from where we were. Where we met, we have to pay for parking because it's a really busy city. So we had to pay for parking, and then he ended up buying us the coffee. So on the way back to our cars, he was like, "Well, for parking, I only had to pay $20. And I was like, "How was it $20? It should have only been 10 for what you put in." And he was like, "I don't know. I don't remember what I paid." But then I realized, I'm like, oh, so he's saying, "Oh, well, the time that we were together, it was only worth $20, or I only had to spend $20 because he had to pay for parking." And then our Starbucks drinks, which all that together was like $20. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever. I hate that too when people talk about money. You know, you're going on a date. Of course you're going to spend money. And I don't mind if I buy my own, you know, especially meeting somebody for the first time. You know, I don't, since we don't know each other, and if it goes bad, like in this case it did, but, you know, I don't mind paying for myself. So, because I don't want you to waste your money on me or just anybody that you don't know or you wouldn't have a good time with. The next time you would go on a date, then, you know, whatever. So when we got back to the vehicles, though, he gave me a hug and he's like, "Oh, drive home safe." And I was like, "Yeah, have fun." But I never heard from him. I know I wouldn't, but and to be honest, I don't really care. I'm just wondering, is that really being a catfish? I mean, everything about me is true. I'm not lying about anything else whatsoever. I'm not even lying about my age, you know, what I look like. That to me is a catfish. If you lie about your age, what you look like, you know, things about you, that's different. But to just have a different name as security, I don't think that that's a catfish, especially. I don't even think that's a bad thing. You know, it'd be different if like a year later we were dating or something and then I told him, completely different. But I thought we were having a good time and he seemed, you know, normal, and especially since he doesn't live around here, I was like, well, what harm could it do? You know, apparently a lot. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that that's being a catfish? Would that be something that would upset you? Would it make you feel weird? You know, that's all. I just want to know what your guys' opinions are and everything like that. So yeah, that's it pretty much. It was a short story. I'm a little bit confused, and I don't know if I should tell people, like if I'm talking to someone for a while and we decide to meet, should I tell them before we meet or should I tell them right when we start talking? Like I don't know what to do. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a comment, and please subscribe for sort of more relatable content. I know this is different, but it was just something I had to get off my chest, and yeah. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.